God saw that it was not good for the man to be alone, and for that singular reason, he created the woman. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. She was born out of man. From his rib she was made. God's marvelous creation, and so it is till this very day that man still seeks to find his missing rib, because there is this notion that man is incomplete without an Eve in his life. Therefore he searches far and wide, and sometimes finds her near, and holds her dear to his heart, for she is the bone of his bone, and the flesh of his flesh. Genesis chapter 2, verse 23. And man goes on to take the bold step of leaving his parents and being united to his wife. Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. This is how it is supposed to be, but it isn't always so. The wheel must have steered towards the wrong way. Something went off. It might have started during the courtship, but you ignored the signs, or it just sprang from within the marriage, and all avenues for reconciliation have proved abortive, and you are scared, frustrated, because you always had the "till death do us part" as a motto for your marriage. But you can't handle it anymore, and you know an end to it will be a healing to your soul's spiritual sore. You have come to a realization that this woman that you thought would be a companion has turned to be a constant onion to the windows of your soul. It has now dawned on you that the sun has set on whatever hopeful light there was. You love her, there is no doubt of it, but this woman is a Jezebel. She isn't good for you. Jezebel killed God's prophets. 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 4. And any woman who keeps the messages of God from sinking deep into your soul is a Jezebel and needs no part in your life. She will make you chase after materialistic things. She will bring about bad blood between you and your neighbors. And you are supposed to be a light of the world. Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. But she will make sure she hides your light. People would think you are birds of a feather that are flocking together, as per you two are a couple and belonging to one flesh. If you don't leave her, God will depart from you. And just as King Ahab, 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 38, you will die disgracefully. Leave that woman alone and save your soul if she is as Job's wife. Trying moments can make humans tired of trying, but as a child of God, you can retire from everything. But do not quench the desire for God in you, and don't let anyone, not even the mother of your children, do so. She might have helped you to reach the height that you are by being supportive, absolutely taking care of the children in your absence, running errands for the house, as well as giving financial assistance to the welfare of the family. And suddenly, when it happens that you go bankrupt, or perhaps you lose your job, her solution to you is that of abandoning God. Maybe she even suggests that you do something shady to get money. She doesn't want to lose face among her fellow high-class womanfolk. A woman who chooses the world over the Lord is certainly going to make you doom your soul. Let her go. Leave a woman who is Delilah alone. God has called you out to be a Samson. A dedicated man for God is not to be distracted from God. Such a woman's life is a lie. She would make you believe that she is into you, but she is actually a sellout. Judges chapter 16, verse 18. Samson became useless because of this woman. Judges chapter 16, verse 19 to 23. She is a devil's device, and it will be wise for you to run as far as you can from her. For she is an immoral woman, a seductress, and her path leads to death. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 18. And didn't Samson die? Your end shouldn't be so. Your end should be filled with glory like Stephen's. Acts chapter 7, verse 55 to 60. If there should be any form of pain attached to your death, then it should be of great godly gain. Sapphira, a woman who supports you to do ungodly acts, is worth leaving. You need a woman like Priscilla, Acts chapter 18, verse 2 to 26, to help you through the Christian ministry. In your weak moments that can make you vulnerable to temptations, it is good to have a stronghold as your woman to bring your spiritual sense back to life. If you have a woman that moves with every toss of the wind, then the devil will use her to useless you. You have to be double strong for yourself and let her go before she makes you and her end up as soul-lost corpses. Acts chapter 5, verse 10. Flee from a woman like Herodias. She is an opportunist who doesn't seek to do good, but evil. And her daughter is also a woman you should stay away from because she lets people decide for her. An indecisive woman she is, and such a woman can be made to do things that displeases God, and this would be sure to destroy you, as it did the life of John the Baptist. Matthew chapter 14, verse 6 to 11. Foolishness is another woman you are to leave because, according to Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13, she knows nothing, and she is also one who pulls her home down instead of building. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. A building that collapses is sure to affect its occupants one way or the other. Her foolishness will infest you, and you will become a grief instead of a glorious gift, sacrifice to God. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 25. Leave that woman if you find these qualities in her. To leave is to cleave what you once clung to with high esteem, or else your soul won't be worth more than dung. You may still be loving her, but she is going to scar your bond with God and then toss you into the trash can, because that's what the devil does to every man that he has used. Any relationship that doesn't glorify God deserves to sink. Instead, cling to a woman who will bring you closer to your Redeemer and make the devil's delight in you falling grow dimmer.